If we were standing in any of your shoes, when somebody says, what do you do? What do you do? They want to pigeonhole you into an explanation of, their words are really, how do you justify your existence through your activity? That's actually what they're saying to you. What do you do? And if you start offering them things that you really mean, like, I do what feels like the most exciting thing to do in the moment. And they say, like our friend earlier, but that doesn't seem very responsible. And you say, oh, I'm not about responsibility. I'm not about responsibility because that sounds like satisfying somebody else's intentions for me. I'm about inspiration. I'm about creation. I'm about intuition. I'm about inspiration. I'm about expansion. I'm about more. I'm about variety. Variety has always pleased me. I'm an expansive being. And most people wouldn't be able to hear that. But we want you all to hear that that's what's been going on here. Jerry always said, just the things that you said. He said, I was going to high school in New Orleans, and a football coach is walking down the hallway and said, why aren't you playing ball? And Jerry said, don't wanna. And he said, well, why aren't you working out? And Jerry said, I don't know. He said, come over to the gym. I'll show you some stuff. So it caught on. Jerry really liked it. He became really good at wrestling and doing push-ups and things. And then he graduated. Everybody does. And now what's he going to do? Well, somebody said, come over to American Can Company. It was a big industry in the city, easy to get a job. So Jerry got a job, started to make just a little bit more money, and then the can company went on strike. Just when he was making some money. And then another guy said, because he saw Jerry working out at the YMCA, why don't you come to Cuba with me? And Jerry said, what would I do in Cuba? He said, an aerial act. I'll teach you an act, because Jerry had strong upper body strength. And so off they went to Cuba. And then off he went over here and off he went over there and just lived the most exhilarating life experience. And he said to us, what Jerry said, not once did I sit down and say, universe, bring me a job at American Can Company. Or, universe, I'd like to go to Cuba. Or, I'd like to be an aerialist in the circus. Or I'd like to be a magician. Or I'd like to throw juggling balls in the air. But one thing just led to another and led to another and led to another and led to another. So that he had a really fun, never the same, always expanding, better and better and better and better life experience. You could even end up at Disneyland for weeks on end. If you really want it. Okay. We've been saying to you for a while that we make too much of all of this, that there's nothing serious going on here, that when you made the decision to come into this life experience, you knew you were worthy until you started calibrating to other people who didn't know they were, had forgotten what they were, and didn't think you were either. And so we would like to ask you, how do you think that you stayed loose and free of doing responsible things? How did you find yourself in such a place of freedom that you could just follow your whim in the way that you did? Can you explain that to all of us?
Of course. I never cared.
You didn't, are you saying you didn't calibrate to other people?
Never in life.
See there? See there?
Never in life.
So, those of you who have calibrated to others, you can do it differently now. Now you've kind of got the gist of this. In other words, if somebody is holding you as their object of attention and they're just adoring you and they've got this idea of who you should be and you're living up to their idea, like our friend and his wife, doing everything to make her happy. We chewed that up and spit it out. Did you see us? And so we know that calibrating to other people is a sort of normal thing, because when people hold you as their object of attention, there's something compelling about their interest in you. What we want to say to you is, you just haven't seen anything or felt anything like what it feels like when your inner being is shining your inner being's interest on you. Because it is so tailored and catered to the specifics of everything that you've lived and every nuance that you prefer. Talk about intelligence. And so if from this gathering today you feel a little more footloose and a little more willing to not do what other people, we have something important to tell you. This matters. We saved it till the very last. It's your fault, really. Self-interest is a real thing. And all the people around you have self-interest. And you think that they have your interest. But that's not how any of you were born. You were born with your self-perspective from self. What we want you to feel is, what would it feel like to be so tuned to the powerful, loving, all-knowing source within you and operate from that standpoint of self? That standpoint of self. That's where your love is. That's where your security is. That's where your balance is. That's where your clarity is. That's where everything that you want is. There's this love that is all that there is, and all humanity is living varying degrees of that love, pinched off and conforming to the way humans around them have contoured it. But you don't need to do that. When you say, I just didn't care, you don't mean you didn't want love. You didn't mean that you don't want empowerment. You mean you didn't care to do it the way someone else defined it for you. And that's what we mean too. That's what this is all about. This is about self-empowerment. This is about tuning in to the true nature of who you are and then getting on with what you came for. And you know what it is? You didn't come to fix the world. You didn't see it as broken. You didn't come to get other people to see things your way, because you understand that diversity is the greatest thing that you have in this world. The more different things that more different people are wanting, then the more choices that you have. And when you understand what your point of attraction is, that when you isolate a thought and you practice it until you own it, and then law of attraction helps you own it even more, because law of attraction is yielding to you things that match that point of attraction that you have conjured and mustered and focused into being, then what happens is all things that you want come easily to you. And that's when, in fact, that's only when, that's the only time that any of you will ever exhibit a true, from the very soul level of your being, sense of your true worthiness. And until you get there, you're just playing whatever game somebody else is asking you to play. And when you get there, that's where true happiness is, and joy is, and ongoing love, and ability to uplift and assist others. That's the way to live. We've enjoyed you. We've enjoyed all of you. We know for sure that you're different now than you were when you came in. You have, by your attention and contemplation with what we've been chewing on, all of these wonderful things that we've been talking about, you've calibrated to the frequency of who you are. So you've got some stronger than usual things in your immediate future, because you're calibrated to your inner being, and your inner being knows who you are. And so just pay attention to the good feeling things that are going to start showing up like immediately, and connect those dots. Say, I heard something that made me think something about that, and now this is evidence of something about that. If we were standing in your physical shoes, the thing that we would be saying, we liked your mantra, I don't care. I just don't care. We like that. But we would be saying on a really regular basis, I get it that I'm seen. And every now and again I know that for sure. And I know that what I'm seen by is the larger part of me, the very intent of my reason for being. And what could be better than to come full circle with your very reason for being, and to discover that your reason for being is to live joyfully. Put those things together. That your reason for being is to feel love and alignment and clarity and joy and more and more and more. And then just bless everybody who are in varying degrees of understanding that. And then say on a really regular basis, I don't care. I don't care. You do you. There's great love here for you.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next